guys, what's up? I am so excited because today we're gonna be doing a Does It Work video. We're gonna be trying out a product that's been out for a little while. It's called the Sillisponge. So everyone knows the beauty blender is awesome. It's really, really loved. So companies are constantly coming out with new products that will hopefully be hits and as loved as the beauty blender. So today we're testing out the Sillisponge to see if it actually works. Is it a hit? Is it a miss? Should you go out and buy it? Mine is not the Sillisponge brand. Mine is an off-brand on Amazon. I'll link it off down below, but wait till the end of the video to see if it actually works, if it does what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to blend out foundation and concealer flawlessly and beautifully on top of the skin. As you can tell, I have no foundation or concealer on today because we're gonna be trying this together. So, it's silicone sponge, really squishy, flexible. You're supposed to do this with it. Maybe this. We're gonna see together. If you like these type of videos, make sure to give me a big old fat thumbs up. And let's bring you in closer so we can do this. Let's put some makeup on my face because I feel pretty bad right now. Okay, so before I put on foundation or any of that kind of stuff, I gotta prime this little baby. So today, I think I'm gonna be using a matte foundation. I haven't decided if I wanna use the Maybelline Conceal and Perfect or the Lancome one. I love the Lancome one and I'm trying to decide if I should do one that I already know I love or one that I'm still trying out. I've been trying this out for a while now. But anyways, because they're both matte foundations, I'm gonna use the Hard Candy Coconut Water Primer Stick. I love this. This is a really good hydrating primer. I have dry skin, and whenever I'm going to do a matte foundation of any kind, I put on this coconut stick because it gives me extra hydration and makes my skin and makes the matte foundations go on flawlessly. And then I'm just gonna dot some on my little dry guy over here. I'm not really gonna be putting foundation on my forehead because I'm wearing a hat today. Before I go in with foundation, I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Cushion Mega Cushion Color Corrector for the dark under eye circles. So, it comes with its own little sponge. I'm gonna try one side with the sponge and then I'm gonna try the Sillisponge on one side and just see, just to be curious, just to see. I haven't watched any videos on how you're supposed to apply this. We'll go on my phone and check it out and see what the company says how you're supposed to apply it. Are you supposed to blot? Are you supposed to swipe? Anyways, this is what that looks like. I love to put on this concealer before foundation. Is that gonna be annoying? Now let's get into the Sillisponge. I'm gonna do it on this flat side. So it kind of has a curve and it's very squishy and flexible. And then there's like a flat part. So this part is more curved, this one's flat. So I'm gonna try to dip it in there and see. And I got some product on there, so. It got most of the product like on my nose. Okay, let's try again. It's not working. Let me try the other side, the rounded side. Still like picking up the product, but it could just be because the cushion is thinner than foundation. First experiment, check, it's done. So my concealer is applied. I am now ready for some foundation. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Maybelline Conceal and Perfect because it's supposed to be a full coverage foundation. We're gonna see if the Sillisponge messes that up, makes it look blotchy. This tends to go on pretty smooth with the Beauty Blender and I really like that. So this is in the shade 05. I'm gonna lighten it a tiny bit, of course, with my Manic Panic Dream Tone Lightener. One pump. And a pump of that. There we go. That's more my color. All right, so I'm gonna blot it on this side of the face and we're gonna see how this does. So I'm gonna try this flat side and we're gonna see, oh, we should probably read and see. How are you supposed to apply the Sillisponge? Let's check it on out. Hopefully this isn't dry. I'm gonna read to you what it says. Okay, the silicone makeup sponge makes liquid foundation, stippling, and blending look incredible. Don't waste product unnecessarily. Flawless airbrushed makeup application. Perfect foundation with one drop every time. Genuine Sillisponge, the original pro quality makeup application used by the stars. Okay. So the Sillisponge retails for $14.99. It used to be $30. A 3-pack is $14.99, I believe. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 3-pack, $14.99 on the Sillisponge website. Okay, so now that it's pretty much getting dry on my skin, you're supposed to stipple it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So here we go. And the whole point of this is supposed to be to not waste product. It's supposed to eliminate the sponge from sucking up product. So let's try it. This might even still be too dark for my skin. I don't know. Let's blend it downwards. See you on the other side. I feel like I'm slapping like a gel thing on my face, but it's pretty much, what in the world? What in the world? It's really working, you guys. It's really working. That was very unexpected. I like it better on the flat side of it. All right. It's actually working. I really thought it was gonna be a fail, for sure. Like, I really thought it was gonna be a fail, but it's actually blending out on my foundation really nice. So I'm just kind of blotting and pushing it foundation into my skin is what I'm doing. It's kind of hard around the nose though. It's hard to get into those. Wow, it's actually carrying the foundation farther because it doesn't soak anything up. It just is moving it to where it needs to go. Wow, you guys, it actually is blending out the foundation really nicely. It's totally unexpected, and I don't need that much. No way. No way is this gonna work. No way! What the heck? This is ridiculous right now. Oh my gosh. No way is this gonna work. Can't believe how it's doing. It's doing amazing. I'm just gonna use the tiniest bit on my forehead. Just the tiniest bit. Bring it up to full coverage. I have a scar right here that if foundations are full coverage, it will cover it, but it usually never gets covered. This is full coverage. Look how much I have left on my hand. I only needed a half pump of product because it all went on my face. Oh my freaking gosh, are you kidding me? And it actually feels nice to slap your skin. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, can you hear that? Like, it doesn't hurt at all. You gotta be freaking kidding me! Oh my gosh. It worked, you guys. My skin looks flawless. Let me just tell you something. I usually hate this foundation because it looks too dry and cakey on top of my skin. I've tried it with a beauty blender, I've tried it with my favorite brush, and I have keep on trying this to figure out how I can wear this to where I like it. And holy crud, it looks amazing on my skin. And look at, nothing is left, just a tiny bit of residue. And then I just wipe it off. I'll wipe it off with this is all that came off my wipe. Like that much. And it's basically clean again. Look at this. What in the world? I can't believe actually worked. It's supposed to be able to do cushion foundations, liquid foundations, everything. Okay, and people have been using the rounded side. So I didn't use the rounded side. I used this back flat side. And I felt like the flat side did a really good job of applying it. I also didn't apply it onto the sponge. In the pictures of the Sillisponge website, they apply it to the sponge like this. I didn't do that. I applied it in the back of my hand and I dotted it on my face and I blended it in, and I liked how that worked. I feel like if you apply it on the sponge, because the sponge doesn't soak anything up, you're gonna have like a whole mask to have to blend out, and it's gonna just be difficult. So I definitely would blotch it on like this with your finger. As I kind of blend it in a little bit more with the rounded side, it even sinks into my skin more and looks even more skin-like. So like it kind of at first looked like it was sitting on top of my skin, but right now, but it still looked flawless. As I'm kind of like pushing on it, like spots that may look cakey, it's starting to kind of blend in even more and looking even more skin-like. Like it looks like my skin is naturally this flawless, which it's never that flawless. So I'm gonna bring you guys in closer so you guys can see before I keep on going with my makeup. Okay, can you see how the foundation, how it applied it? It applied it so smooth and flawless, and it looks like my skin. It doesn't look cakey at all. Even around my nose where it was kind of difficult, it's still kind of, I found a way to get around there. And it usually also takes me longer to blend out my foundation, especially a matte foundation. Because this kind of gave me full coverage right off the bat because it didn't soak any product up, it just blended what was on my skin into my skin. I felt like it was a lot faster application and I got a fuller coverage from it, and it just looks smooth. Like it just blended everything out so smooth, so freaking quickly. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am so incredibly excited. You're supposed to be able to use this with cushion products, with liquid products, basically everything. I used it with a matte, full coverage, a little bit thicker kind of foundation. I don't know how it will do with like a more liquidy foundation. I'm gonna have to try it out more and let you guys know more about it because this is amazing. So this was not supposed to be used, from what I heard, it's not supposed to be used with, yeah, like with concealer. I should have just gone like this. Let's try it with concealer. Let's put another concealer over top. I already put on the cushion concealer to cancel out under eye circles. Let's highlight and see how this works with a highlighting concealer. Okay, so this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Natural. And so I'm gonna kind of put it on, but then I'll blend it in with a Sillisponge and try to bend it, because I didn't do that around my nose. I was kind of like an amateur about it. I kind of like did this, but you can like kind of shape it to go around your nose easier. I don't know why I did it that way, but that's what first impressions are for. So here you go. Let's highlight. Okay, so there we go. So I'm gonna try to bend it and kind of blend out my concealer that way. And I'm using the rounded side this time. So we'll do rounded side on one side. See, again, that did a great job of just blending it into the skin. I think with this, I definitely have to be careful how much product I use. Like, that's probably way too much on my nose. Look at that. Yeah. So I just have to start using like the teeniest amount of product. And I do like blotting it. I think blotting it is way better than anything else. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around and use this side, which is the flat side. Guys, I personally love the flat side to blend it out. And then I notice when I turn it around to the rounded side, because I feel like the flat side like sticks, like it sticks. I really like the flat side to blend things out. Like, I love it. And then if it looks too much, flipping it over, I notice, to the softer side just smushes it into the skin a lot better. But originally blending it out with the flat side, I actually like that better. Yeah. This freaking looks flawless. Like, can you see that? It doesn't look patchy or blotchy or anything. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is so freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. I am so stinking impressed with this product. So let's continue on and let's see if it can blend out cream bronzer. So I'm gonna use a bronzer stick and to contour with. Let's just see, and then we'll kind of leave it at that. That'll be the last thing that I'll try is cream bronzer on my cheeks. Okay, so you guys know which cream bronzer I'm gonna try out. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Glow. So let's try this one out. I wasn't gonna contour, but let's contour. I'm just doing a little bit and I'm not pressing too hard. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do the flat side because I seem to like it. I'm gonna kind of bend it and kind of do my business. Holy crud, dude. This is freaking looks so good. Like, I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person, like my foundation looks so freaking flawless. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around and do the side you're supposed to use. I actually like that side for like creamy products like that. Like it's just smoother on this side than this side. What the heck? I seriously thought this was gonna be like a fail. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm being so honest right now. I mean, you guys are seeing it. I really thought this was gonna be a fail. This is a Bond Beautiful You're Dumb moment is what this is. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be back. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup and this is how my foundation and contour and everything ended up looking at the very end. I'll tell you really quickly what I put on my face, just like I usually do on first impressions. I'll just tell you. I powdered my whole face with the Wet n Wild pressed powder in Warm Beige, one of my favorite powders of all time. For the under eyes concealer, I used the Laura Mercier powder. I went on top of the bronzer. I went on top of the contour with just a warm bronzer. So it's not really a contour. This is more like of a glowy bronzer. This one's from LA Colors. It's their bronzer in bronze. Looks like this. That's what I have on as my bronzer. Then for my blush, I put on the LA Colors single blush in Spice, one of my all-time favorite blushes ever. Then as my highlight, I used the Becca Skin Perfector in Moonstone. This is what it looks like. So that's what I have on in the inner corners, as well as highlighting all the different points of my face is this highlight right here. That's what I have on my cheekbones, on my nose, on the Cupid's bow, all those areas, it's this. On my eyes, I just did something very simple. Just used a little bit of eyeshadow in the crease just to give me more dimension because I kind of don't have much of a crease. And just to kind of give me some lift. Then I applied some mascara and some brown eyeliner in the tight line, and that's basically it for the eyes. For the lips, I put on the Wet n Wild liquid catsuit in Nudie Patootie, and then over top of that I went over with the one in Nudist Peach, and that's what's giving me that really nude peachy vibe going on. These two work so beautifully together. I like putting this one on first and then putting some of this one on top and blending it out with my finger because I can't wear this one on its own. Still, this is the best combo I've seen, and I love this peach with this blush. This is like a pair. Like whenever I use my blush, this is the Spice, I have to use the Nudist Peach. I also used the Milani Make It Last setting spray all over my face as well. So I'll show you guys how my face looks up close, but I freaking love it. I am so impressed with the Sillisponge. I can't even tell you guys. The Milani foundation I actually was hating. It was becoming a regret. I used it all different ways and I just didn't like how it looked on my skin. I felt like it looked cakey and dry on my skin, even with all the hydrating primers that I put on, I still didn't like how it looked. And I just decided just to take a risk and try the foundation out with the Sillisponge. And I am so freaking impressed, you guys. You saw it looks so flawless. The face, it just blended it out. It was super quick and easy. It gave me the full coverage that this gives me, and it evened it out so it looked flawless and smooth, even on my dry skin. So you guys know I have dry to normal skin, but I can get oily in this areas just because it's so hot in Arizona. It's not that hot yet, so I haven't been getting moist or oily or more like sweaty right there. I've been pretty good, but just matte foundations just don't look good on my skin all that often. So personally, I really liked this flat side to blend the foundation, and then at the very end, once it's all blended in, if there's any spots that maybe look too cakey, I turn it over to this rounded edge side, and I kind of blot it in like this, and it's a lot smoother on this side, so it doesn't take off product. It just kind of blends it in, and it just makes it look so even, and you can totally squish it and move it so it can go underneath concealer and do that. I can't even tell you how surprised. This is from 2017. This is the one product that has surprised me out of all the products that I've tried so far this year. Like, I can't believe this actually worked. And I got this off of Amazon. I love it. Oh my God. Now, the only thing that I can think of, reasons why people won't like this, is if they use too much product. So I noticed that with this, I pumped a full pump out of my hand, okay? And I dotted it on my face and then blended it in. I think that if I would have gone straight in with a full pump, it would have been horrible. It would have been a full mask, a full cakey mess. And I'm so glad that I didn't do that. So I definitely recommend you putting it on the back of your hand or on a palette and blotting a little bit, like the very little bit. I definitely wouldn't put a pump on here and then go in, because then I'm gonna look like a mask. Like, there's gonna be too much product to distribute. I think personally it's a hit from this initial first impressions. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll probably talk about it in a different video, whether it be a favorite video or a hates video, I don't know. I'll probably show it often on this channel, so just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, this is how I look now, and this over here is how I look at the end of the night, after the very, very end of the night, so you guys can see for yourself. I did want to just show you guys what it looked like how long it lasts, how it looks when it fades. I feel like the Beauty Blender fades a lot quicker and the coverage goes a lot faster, and a brush just keeps the coverage and helps the foundation last a lot longer because it's fuller coverage and it just blends it in really nicely. So you guys can kind of see for yourself what it looks like at the very end of the night. So far, I really like it. I really, really like it, and it's so inexpensive that I give it a thumbs up, and I'll link it off down below for you guys to check out, and you can see that it's so freaking inexpensive, and hopefully it will work for you just like it worked for me. Like, I'm so incredibly impressed. This was kind of fun. I think I might do more videos like this, because this is kind of fun, like trying out these products and they unexpectedly either surprise you or surprise you the other way, the bad way, the really bad way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big old fat thumbs up if you liked it. Also, if you're new, welcome. Be part of the Bomb Beauty community and hit my little face down there to subscribe. Also hit the bell to notify you of all my future videos. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support here on YouTube and Instagram. You guys are amazing, and I love reading your comments. You guys are so incredibly sweet. Like, sometimes I don't even know what to say. Like, you guys are really like super sweet, and I appreciate it so much, because it really makes my day, and just it makes me feel like, hey, I'm actually doing a good job in what I'm trying to do here. And the little space that I have, I'm actually doing an okay job with the little space that I have. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.